Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all having an amazing and relaxing week. A few days away from work and school and just some time to take to yourself and spend with your families and get prepared for the brand new year ahead. Today we are setting up our bullet journals for the first month of 2019 and I'm very excited. Instead of starting out with a title page, I actually just jumped in right into the monthly log page. I kind of combined the two. You'll see I went with sort of a light pink color scheme this month. I don't know why, I've just been really drawn to this color and I absolutely love the way it looks when it's blended with that hot pink color too. I think they go together really nicely. So I did end up carrying those colors all the way through the rest of the pages that I made today. The monthly log I created is super basic, just your standard calendar layout, and then I did some neat lettering for the month of January. I used a paintbrush and some water to actually blend the light pink color with the dark pink color, and instead of watercolors I'm actually using some watercolor type pens, which I will have linked down in the description box. I would highly recommend them, especially if you're working with a nice thick paper. They look really beautiful, kind of like almost the look of a Sharpie, but they don't bleed through quite as much. Oh, also I did want to mention you have to disregard the numbering that I did on my calendar. Upon re-examination, I realized that I completely messed up on the numbering of the days. I think I was off by like 2 or 3 actually. So I did go back in and fix it, but if you are looking to recreate this spread, please disregard the numbering aspect. On this next page, I really wanted to take a moment and actually sit down and envision the coming year. And I think everyone should do this. As you picture it, write down what comes to mind. This could be really vague and non-specific words like adventurous or risk-taking, or it could be distinct phrases that describe a particular goal that you have set for yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to lay it all out on the table and refer back to this page if you're feeling lost this year. It can help remind you what's most important and what you're working towards. I filled this page with words and phrases that are meaningful to me, and it will look different for every single person. On the next page, I decided to add a little bit of artwork. I did some practice drawing banners, and I did end up, unfortunately, even though I penciled it in ahead of time, messing up on the top part of the page. And since I'm back at home and I don't have all of my typical supplies to pull from, I had to be kind of creative. I did tape a page on top that I found in the back of my journal. I just cut out a little piece of that, and since I didn't have my double-sided tape roller, I just rolled up a little piece of Scotch tape and stuck that to the back. And it's not quite perfectly flat, but I was a little creative in the way that I cut it, so you can't see it as much. Again, for the color, I used the same technique as I did on the first page, where I first went in with the light pink brush pen, and then second, I dipped a small paintbrush in water and mixed that with the darker pink, and I feathered them into each other so it kind of faded. And then on the right-hand side, I had to do the cliche bucket list thing because it's a new year and everyone needs to have a bucket list. I wish they called it something else. I think that the word bucket is just so stupid and silly, but I don't know, maybe we could be creative together and come up with something that sounds a little bit more whimsical. Next up, I made myself kind of a alternative on the typical brain dump page. I called it On My Mind because it's basically just a spread of all the things that I either want to get done or I just need to remember, and I split it into 4 different categories just so it would have some sort of organization. I think this will help me out a little bit more than just having one blank page where I write everything down. This kind of separates it so I can go back and refer to it a lot easier. And then lastly, I made a couple of just really simple weekly spreads. You guys know how much I enjoy practicing hand lettering and trying out different things, and every once in a while I try to branch out and try something new, and right now I've been working on practicing my numbers. I really like these Garmin style serif numbers, and I've been practicing them a lot more. It's actually a lot harder to get them to look right than it looks, just because you want to make sure that they're balanced and all the thicknesses match up. So I decided to take the opportunity to practice that on these 2 pages. I ended up having to use my white gel pen in a couple of places just to tidy things up, but from far away it's hard to tell. And in the end, I was really happy with the simplicity of these pages, and I like that this is a style of weekly spread that you can use anytime throughout the year. Alright guys, those are all of the spreads that I created for January of 2019. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some inspiration. If you want to show me what you're making, if you end up recreating any of these spreads, or if you have your own original ideas and you want to share with me, please send me a direct message on Instagram, or if you like to post pictures, you can always just tag me in the photo. I love seeing what you guys are working on. It's awesome. Anyway, have an amazing day, and I will see you again very soon in another video. Bye!